Hello and welcome to a new Hangout on Air. My name is Sibel, and today I will be looking into the questions that we have received from you and answering a couple of them. So in last week's Hangout on Air, we discussed analytics, and we discussed more specifically traffic sources or the traffic source report in analytics. We have received a couple of questions from you, and we've looked into them. We've selected 8 of the most relevant or the most asked questions for you. And I will just start with them right away. So the first question, what is a good bounce rate and what are the reasons behind a low bounce rate? We've been receiving this question so many times now, and it's a very interesting metric to look into. So when you go into your analytics page, you have and when you go for the overview and under reporting and analytics, you see a metric called bounce rate. The bounce rate is usually, it usually could be, it varies between 10% to 100% or 90-something percent. The higher it is, the worse the worse the metric is, which it means that something is wrong. So a bounce rate is when a user enters your website, barely stays on your website, and jumps out, hence bouncing outside of the website, allowing us to call it a bounce rate. So a good bounce rate usually should be less than 50%. 50% bounce rate is quite high, which means like half the time that people enter your website, they're actually leaving the website. So everything below it is good. If you have a bounce rate that ranges at 70%, it means there's something wrong. Now, there are a couple of reasons that might result in a high bounce rate, such as having a single page site. In other words, if your website was only one page, where the user just goes in, it gives them some information and then leaves, that will show as a bounce rate, because the user might stay there for less than a session, for only like less than 30 minutes, then they leave, so it will be considered as a bounce. Now, that is one reason. Another reason could be incorrect implementation. So if you go, so that's why, and we've discussed that in earlier HOAs and earlier Q&A sessions as well, it's very important as the first step to do is to go back to your code and check, is it implemented correctly on your website? We do recommend using the Tag Assistant, which is a Chrome extension that you can easily download, and it diagnoses whether your code is set up correctly or not. And if it was set incorrectly, it tells you exactly why was it set incorrectly and what should you do to correct that, or to make it work. So as well, thing that you need to do is to go and check implementation, because if it was set incorrectly, it means that it's tracking not very accurate information, and the bounce rate is not very accurate. The most interesting reason and the most challenging one that might result in a high bounce rate would be the site design. So usually we recommend advertisers or web developers, when they look into the bounce rate, to try to identify if it's the site design that people are not, that users, when they're entering, they are not interacting very well with. It could be the design, the entrance of the landing page. Is it attractive? Is it easy to navigate? Are people actually understanding what are the next steps they need to do? So that's why, as a first step, redesign the entrance or landing pages. Another thing could be, it could be that the search terms that people are typing in the organic search or when they're reaching your website through an ad, that might be not very relevant to what they're searching for. So make sure when you're working on your search engine optimization or when you're working on your advertising to have a relevant website for the user. So if I'm typing shoes, I'd like to enter a website that has all about shoes and not about something else. That would be another one. And that's why, so usually with creating websites, we always recommend to experiment with different formats, different looks, a variety of different user navigation possibilities, just to have a better understanding, because in a lot of cases it is due to the bounce rate. Another thing that it could flag is the speed of the loading speed of the page. So if the loading speed of the page was quite low, the bounce rate is usually high because people go in, they're waiting, the page is not loading, they're out, bounce rate gets higher. And another factor that can also cause high bounce rates could be the user behavior. So if your website is more of the type of websites or the sort of websites that require bookmarking, when a user bookmarks the website and then clicks on it, looks at it, and just leaves, that would be considered part of the bounce rate. So it could be just simply that your website was being bookmarked, hence influencing the bounce rate. Now, so that would be it about how to enhance your bounce rate. It's all about the website. It's all about imagining how the user will be interacting with your website and figuring out if the implementation is incorrect for the tracking code or if the user is just not able to go through the website as it should. Second question. I can see under Refer tab a website that when I click on it, it takes me to a site that doesn't seem to be any website containing my link. What does that mean? Okay, so in other words, what's being asked here is when you go to your referral page on Analytics and you look at the sources, you will see different websites. The websites could be websites such as your social media sites that you actually know that you have your link on it. So when people enter that site and they find your link, they click on your link, and they go to your website directly, that would directly be communicated on that page, on the referral page. However, sometimes when you go there, you check that there's a website there's a referral site that when you go and check it out, it's nothing. It's either a one-page site or it's a website that that does not contain your link, so it does not make sense that it's there. Well, unfortunately, that's something we're working on. There are spammers that actually input those websites or get their websites to be on Analytics just to drive more traffic, to their own sites. As I mentioned, we're currently focusing on fixing that, but do not worry when you see such spam websites. All you need to do is exclude them. So just go to referral exclusions, follow the steps there, exclude the site. You'll no longer have the information related to those sites on Analytics. It will not display, you will not have those spam sites displayed on those tables. And if you are in any doubt, do reach out to us. We can confirm that for you, and we can support you in creating the exclusion. Third question. Should I have UTM tags on all my links to get the source medium information on Analytics? Okay, so we've been discussing this for quite a few times in the past through our Hangouts on Air, and I've been getting a couple of calls about it where there's some sort of confusion about when to use UTM tags, what exactly or why exactly are we using UTM tags, how is it relevant to what we discussed last time, how is it relevant to traffic, to the traffic report. So I will just clarify it now. Just for clarification, if we go back to our old HOAs, we discussed 4 types of traffic. We had the direct traffic. It's when users write in your website and go to your site directly. We have the organic traffic, is when users type in a certain keyword and then your website will organically show. And when users click on it, they go into your website, but they do not pay. We have paid search or search traffic. Search traffic is when a user types in your keyword, gets your ad, clicks on your ad, and enters your website. So you pay for that click, and that is paid search. And you have campaign, the campaign source or the campaign traffic, which includes all the rest advertising initiatives that you're taking. So if you have email advertising or sending out your website via email, or you're sending out your website via Facebook or any other social media, and you want to see who is clicking on that specific link and how many users you got from that specific link that you sent via Facebook or via email, that is when we discuss campaign tracking. So for the first 3 types, the direct, the organic, and for the first 2 actually, direct and the organic, you will need to have an analytics code. Just set your analytics code on all your pages correctly, and the information should be accurate. No need for UTM tags. Then for the paid search, all you need to do is, so you're using Adwords, all you need to do is to link your Adwords account with your analytics account. By linking them, and by ensuring that you have auto tagging on, and that is ensured from the settings page in Adwords. By ensuring that you have auto tagging on, the information from analytics will be automatically imported to Adwords, so, and vice versa. So you'll have a better understanding of when a user clicks on this ad, they enter your website, they create a conversion. So the conversion came as a result of a CPC Google, so that is the source, and the medium. Source is Google, medium is paid or CPC, and you will see that in analytics quite clearly. Now, for the last type of traffic, which is the campaigns traffic, that is when you need to use UTM tagging. The reason for that is that the system will not know that this traffic came from this email. So for example, you are advertising now using emails. So you have your website, you send it out to, let's say, 100 users, and people, when they click on it, they enter your website. For analytics to know that people have entered the website after clicking that email that you've sent to 100 users, you will need to add this small snippet, or the UTM, that says source equals to email, medium equals to CPC, for example. You can say that because it's, or not, it could be email click. And you add as well the remaining parts of the snippet. You can use the URL builder that we've discussed as well earlier, HOAs. You add it to that snippet, send it out to the 100 people. Every time the users or the 100 users that you've sent that email to click on that website from the email, the system will automatically, or analytics will automatically say that this click came from the email just by taking the information from the UTM tag. So no, you do not have to use all, you do not need to use UTM tags on all your links to get the source and medium information. However, it's very important to use them if you are looking into campaigns traffic, such as email or social media. The fourth question, halfway there. So why do I see URLs and site content reports that are not mine? So that is slightly different than the referral information that we've discussed in the second question. So when you go into a report that says site content, or the site content reports, as well when you go to your all traffics report, you have a place where you have information where you understand where is the user actually landing, and which of your pages or which of your website pages is the user landing on, how much is he staying on that page, where is he navigating to. When you're understanding the navigation flow of the user, when you're understanding where is he landing, sometimes you might notice websites that are not your site. For example, if your site is abc.com or example.com, you will notice that there is example, or there is a website that is abc.com appearing in the site content report, but you do not own this site. So similarly to the referred issue when it comes to spammers, as well, you have some users, or some we can call them spammers as well. They go to your website and they copy paste the content of your website so they can add, so they can boost their own rankings and traffic. So by boosting their own rankings, so by using your information, they'll be boosting their SEO, their search. They will be optimizing their search engine. Now, when they copy paste that, what they're doing is that they would be copy pasting your Google Analytics code. So the UA property would be occasionally taken with that information. So because now they have the UA property on their site, you will see this information on your analytics. Now, to avoid that, first thing as well, like we did with referral, you can exclude it, but that is by filtering the host name of the offending website. So abc.com, you just filter the host name, and in that way you would be excluding the hits that match this host name. Now, you can also, which is something as well, so that would be to avoid seeing the information at this point. But to avoid the information in the future, we recommend you use Google Tag Manager to implement Google Analytics. The reason behind that is that in Google Tag Manager, you will have all the tags, including the analytics tag. The analytics tag will not show on your property anymore. So when the spammer goes ahead and copy pastes the content, he would not have access to the analytics tag, and he will not be seeing the analytics tag. So in that way, you'd ensure that that your analytics code is not taken to another host name. As well, we work on solving this, reducing it as much as possible. Fifth question, why is there a difference between social conversions across reports? Okay, so when we look at the social conversion report, it's pretty much when you see someone, for example, go into Facebook, click on your link, and then enter your website. So that would be and do a conversion. So that will be considered as a social conversion. Now, a lot of social conversions, the metric or the values of social conversions are displayed on all traffic report, the one that we discussed last week, 2 weeks ago, on the social conversions report, and on the on the multi-channel funnel report. Those three are the reports in analytics, and in many occasions, the values you see would differ from between each other and from the social site itself. So, for example, from Facebook itself. So it's important to note that for all traffic, and that the main reason around that is exactly, or it's very similar to the reasons that we've discussed in the past for other types of discrepancy. It's how things are calculated in analytics versus how things are calculated outside of analytics or for the social site itself. For instance, the all traffic report is will show the social sites as a referral. So to see the social site, and that we discussed earlier as well, you go to your referral part of the traffic report, and you'll see it there. So it says like www.facebook.com/abc, which is your page, resulted in 1 conversion. So that's how you would know how it would be displayed there. Now, in the social conversions report, however, it shows all the social referrals, so it makes it nice and neat there. It shows all the social referrals and puts them in 1 single report, and it uses friendly names, so you can have like Facebook, that for each one, so you'll have a better overview. You always, like, we would recommend you confirm that what you're seeing in the all traffic report. So to confirm what you're seeing in the all traffic report is the same as the social conversion report. Do so by just filtering the source and medium, and include the same sources and medium that you see in the social conversion report included in the all traffic report, so you'll have an accurate view among the two reports. Another reason, or the main reason, as well, the third type of report would be the multi-channel, the multi-funnel channel funnel report. As well, it shows you how the user, if it was an assisted click, so that the user actually, by looking at that website, clicking on it, going to the site, maybe going out again, and then later converting, if it's assisted, you would know that in the multi-channel funnel report. Now, the main reason around the discrepancy between those 3 reports and the social site itself is the time or the look back window. For the all traffic report, it's a 6-month look back window, so you see conversions that equate for 6 months. However, in the multi-channel funnel report and in the social conversions report, and that's why you might see discrepancies there as well with the all traffic report, it only shows for 30 days. So that is 5 months less information in the social conversions report and the multi-channel funnel report. So ensure that you are looking at the same data range, and you have that in mind when you are comparing the data. Now, so that would be the look back. When we're discussing what would be considered as a conversion, in the all traffic report, a conversion is only considered a conversion when the user clicks on your site, enters, and converts. So it does not take into consideration assisted conversions. However, in the social conversion report and the multi-channel funnel report, it is considered a conversion. It is considered a conversion when so you have, it equates conversion and assisted conversions. So it sums up the assisted conversions and last interaction conversions, and it will just have a total conversion you'll have only one total conversion that is incremented. And that would be the difference between the multi-channel funnel report, social conversion, and the all traffic report. If you have more questions or you need more details or you'd like us to have a more specific view on your website regarding that, just let us know, give us a call or email us, and we'll help you, we'll sort that out for you. Now, the sixth question. Why are my e-commerce transactions not attributed to Google CPC but to direct self-referrals or PayPal? Well, that is a very, very common question that we get. The reason behind e-commerce transactions not being attributed to the Google CPCs, so it's pretty much when a user is clicking on the ad, they're going and they're converting, but however, when you look into analytics, it shows that it's just referrals or PayPal. The main reason here is that during the process, we probably lost this transaction. It could be either due to a redirect, such as having a PayPal website. So when I check out, it goes to PayPal, and then because it goes to PayPal, you do not have access to the tracking there. So you're not tracking it on PayPal, and then a conversion happens. So it would be considered as a direct conversion and not by the ad. So it was lost in there, or it takes us to another page where the tracking code is not firing as it should. So what we would recommend is to do a test conversion and follow all the purchase process. So go ahead, try purchasing something from the website, from your own website, go with the steps, and then use the HTTP analyzer, and you can see if you have any redirect or a page that it's not tagged. So that's the first thing. And usually it's before the confirmation page load. And if as we discussed, if it was a PayPal, then you should know that it's, then you should set up cross-domain tracking, because PayPal is a different domain from your website. So in order to track that and to equate it to the click of the AdWords, not to a direct one or to a referral, which would be PayPal in your case, make sure to set up cross-domain tracking. That we can help you with, so do reach out to us and we'll support you with the steps on how to set up cross-domain tracking. You can also use referral exclusions to exclude PayPal, so you do not see the PayPal as part of your referral in the all traffic report. However, we do recommend to set up cross-domain tracking, as it will give you a better overview and a more accurate view on how many conversions you're getting from your search or from your AdWords account. Seventh question, how can I track traffic from multiple subdomains? So your site is, let's say your site has about 100 pages. You have pages that are specific for laptops, pages that are specific for cameras, other pages that are specific for other type of electronic or accessories. And you'd like to understand or have a better view on the traffic to this single page. So how many, and so from your ads, how many people went to that page, from direct, how many people went to that page, that specific page. To track multiple subdomains, we recommend you create a new view. So for each of the pages, so under one property, you can create up to 50 views. So each of your subdomains could be one view, and when you go there, when you go into analytics, set the view, so you'll have all website data. So when you go to admin, one of the boxes, you'll have all website data, view 1, view 2, view 3, so view of the cameras, view of the laptops, view of other accessories. You click on the view, you go to reporting, you'll have specific information about that specific page. So And it's very easy to set up. You just set it up from analytics, and it uses the analytics code that you've set up on all your website pages. So it's very easy to track information, conversion, traffic sources on a subdomain level. If you're interested in tracking other domains as well, you use cross-domain tracking that we just discussed in the question earlier. As well, if you need any help with tracking subdomains or creating views, or tracking other domains in your analytics code property, like using the UA property as well, you can reach out to us. And the final question for today. 100% of traffic in analytics appears to be organic. I can't find the data for paid traffic, even though I can see in AdWords my ads are getting clicks and impressions. What is the reason? So we've been discussing how important it is to understand how your ads are performing. Are they resulting in conversions? Aren't they if not, why aren't they resulting in conversions? Or if they are, how many conversions are you getting from that ad? Do you need to invest more in advertising? Do you need to invest less? So you need to know this information. In many cases, you go to analytics, you see that under sources, the paid is just not there. The paid is not showing as it should. And then when you go under to understand how your campaigns are performing, there's no information there. The only thing you need to do, and it's a very simple one, and usually it's normal because by being a partner, you do have your analytics and AdWords linked. By just having them linked, ensuring that your AdWords and analytics account are linked, you will have this information. You'll have an overview on how many paid you're getting, so the CPC overview, and you'll have a much more detailed view on which campaign resulted in how many conversions, which keyword that you're looking at. So the keywords or the ads that you see in AdWords are having clicks and impressions, you'll have a better understanding on how they're reaching. And it's so interesting that by only linking AdWords and analytics, you can see those information on both in analytics and in AdWords. So you'll have the information there. So that would be pretty much it. If you're having trouble linking your AdWords and analytics, just reach out to us. It's important to note that in order to link an AdWords and analytics account, you need to have the same username. If anything, just give us a call, send us an email, chat, and we'll help you on the spot to link those information and ensure that you're having a good view. Keep in mind that you see the campaign conversions after 48 hours or up to 48 hours after you do the link. So that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We, as I mentioned earlier, we are available through phone, chat, and email. You can give us a call or chat in any time between 8 a.m. UAE time, starting next week with a change in hour, till 6 p.m. your time. We will be, 9 to 6. We will be there if you have any questions. As well, you can email us and expect an answer within 24 hours. We also would love to see your questions on our on our Partners Arabia page. So just go ahead and post any of your questions there using the hashtag #AskArabia, and we would be looking into them and answering them in our future HOAs. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.